So we are now going to explore the different types of systems that we have and the one that we are going to use. So I'm going to move to Ubuntu 2014 to be able to examine some of the 2014 related features. Let us first go understand a little bit about network interfaces. And for this, we are going to both use our Fedora machine. So within the Fedora machine, I'm going to switch it on. And we are also going to switch on our Ubuntu 2014. Just give it a minute. And we are going to also switch on our Ubuntu 18 machine. Let us begin by examining the network interface card for our Fedora machine. In the case of Fedora, we are first going to log in into the TTY5 terminal. And in the TTY5 terminal, we will log in as the root. And there, if you notice, in order to know more about our network connection, including the name and details, we will use the nmcli command. The nmcli command with connection show gives you the details of the network interface card, name, the UUID, the type of connection, as well as the device details. In fact, you can do ifconfig, and then you can understand what are the present details of the connection that you have. In fact, from where does this connection get obtained? Well, for this, there is a specific file. Let us go in and let us observe this file. But to be able to get the name of this file, we need to know the name of the interface. So for each interface, for example, over here, the name of the interface is part of the file from which the configuration details are picked up. Let us go ahead and let us explore this. We will go into the etc folder. There we will go into the sysconfig directory. There we will go into the network scripts. And here you can see different types of scripts. The script that is very important to us is the one which is related to our network interface. For example, in this case, the ifcfg enp0s3. The first file over here is the one that is most relevant to us. There you go. This file is the one that we are going to examine. Let us go in and let us open this file. We will do cat ifcfg enps3. And there you can go ahead and you can see the details of all the connection related information. In fact, we can go in and we can change this information. Let's go ahead and let us try to do that. I will go first into the TTY1 terminal and log in. There, I will go to activities, settings, and I'm so sorry, not the terminal. I need to go to activities, I believe, settings. Inside the settings, I can see the details of the network. I can click on the cog wheel next to the wired connection, and there I can see the details of the present connection. I'm going to note it down now. Look at the identity, the IP version 4. And presently you can see that the IP address for me is taken as automatic. I am now going to change it to manual. And then I'm going to supply the appropriate details. For example, I will provide the IP address 192, net mask, the gateway, the DNS, and there, once I have gone ahead and I have entered all the required details, I will apply. I'm going to log out from this connection and come back to my TT/5 terminal. This is my previous file which I had used. Now, I am going to go back and I'm going to reopen this file. So to do that, I will first do ifconfig, and I can see what is the IP address which has been set for me. Next, I will go back into my file. And if you notice that the file that I previously had has been altered. Let us compare the output of the previous file and the output of the new file. If you notice over here, let us start first with the proxy method, which continues to remain the same. Type Internet Ethernet remains the same. Browser only no. Bootstrap protocol in the previous case was set to DHCP. However, in the new case, it has been set to none. Further, if you notice, one of the key changes that has come is that after the UUID, and priority and the details of the device, new fields have been created. These new fields are providing the information that is required for the network configuration, and we have configured them manually. So if you notice, in fact, let me go ahead and let me look at the details here. In fact, I can ping my own interface IP, which is like a loopback IP address ping. Okay. I can also do netstat to view the details of the information exchange. Going to exit out of this. Now next, I will move into the Ubuntu 14 server. Let me log in into the Ubuntu 14 server, and there I'm going to once again first look at the details of my IP address. And my IP address is visible over here. What I'm going to do now is I am going to go ahead and look at the configuration. Once again, the configuration for ETH0 is retrieved from etc network. Now here there is a, let me see, let me go to interfaces, and there I can retrieve the information of the interface. In fact, I can modify here to go ahead and use another IP if I don't want to, and I can change the configuration to manual, the way I had done it previously for Fedora. I will, however, bring down the connection. I can do that by IF down ETH0. I can check the IF config to see that it is down, and then I can do IF up ETH0. And there, if you notice, I did go ahead and I grabbed a fresh IP address. Okay. So this fresh IP address is again issued with certain clear criteria. For example, the server who was responsible to provide me the IP address was 10.0.2.2. It has provided me the IP address 10.0.2.15, and the renewal of this IP is due in 34,415 seconds. In fact, I can go to the calculator. Around 9 hours, 9.5 hours. Okay. Now, once I have gone ahead and done that, I'm going to move to the Ubuntu 18 machine. I will log in as the root. And there, if you notice, I can again see the details of my network by using the lshow command. Oh, I'm so sorry. All right. And there I can view the details of my network, which is the logical wide network, as well as view details of the configuration related information of my network. If I want to go ahead and see the IP config, I would go ahead and do ifconfig to view the IP address of this particular machine. In fact, I can also do to look at the IP related information. Okay. Now, where is this information being picked up from? We can go over here, and there you can see that we can have our details of the network interface that we are using available to us. As you can see that the information is being obtained automatically using the DHCP protocol. Let me do net plan apply and then exit out. Okay. Just like I had done this, similarly, I'm further going to go ahead and examine some details about my Fedora virtual machine. For this, first going to identify the host name. Retrieve the information of the host name. Retrieve the DNS related information. Retrieve the information pertaining to other details of how the passwords, etc. are stored. This is the NS switch. I can also view the details of the routes which are made available to me. In fact, I can add a new route. Say, for example, I want to add a route. So let me take a screenshot first. I'm going to use the same gateway. And here I am going to go ahead and make a slight change. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a new route. So in the case of Fedora, we are given the privilege or permission to go ahead and add another route if needed. And this route can actually be used to divert the traffic or forward the traffic as the need may arise. All right, let us go ahead and let us first add a route. Once we have added a route, we can further go ahead and make changes. So for example, IP route add 1.0.0.8 or maybe 0.0.0/8 via, and we are going to get it via the gateway IP 192.168.2.1. And we can modify our route table. In fact, we can do route-n, and there you can see the new route that I have added. Okay. In fact, I can do trace RT. Kernel, oh, I'm so sorry. Trace route. And I'm able to access the details of kernel. If you notice, it has taken the same gateway as per the requirements. I can also do cat proc sys net IPv4 IP forward, and I can look at the details. Okay, let me in fact do cat Like, let me do trace path. And I can use this command to try to trace the reply and the path. I can also do mtr. Let's try once last time. So, and let's let the full path complete. We'll just wait for 30 hops and then we'll stop. All right. And here you can see that after the 30 hops, so what is PMTMU? All right. So you can see that using the trace path command, we have found out the PMTU. All right. And the PMTU helps us identify the path of a maximum transmission unit and the discovery. So the maximum transmission unit would be identified and the path for the maximum transmission unit would be identified using this trace path command. Okay. Yeah, let us also go ahead and look at the file. So I'm going to move to cd proc, cd sys, cdnet, cd IP version 6. cdconf, cd all. And if you notice right now, also the forwarding value is 0. All right. Now, just like we have gone ahead and we have done this, let us go ahead and let us install the extended Internet Super Daemon and Telnet Daemon on the Ubuntu 14 system. And let's try to examine them and try to monitor them. However, to do this, we will need to change the networking for our systems. Let me show you. I'm going to change this. I'm going to shut down the systems, both the systems. Okay. And what I will do is for the Ubuntu 14 machine, we are going to go to settings, and there in the network, we will change the settings to the bridged adapter, and then we will allow all. These will also be the settings for our Fedora machine, where we will move the network to bridged adapter and allow all. So both of these settings need to be the same for both the Ubuntu 14 as well as the Fedora machine. Once you have changed the setting, you need to switch on both the virtual machines. So for this, we will log in onto our Ubuntu 14 server. And there, we will start by first installing the extended Internet Super Daemon and Telnet daemon on the Windows 14 Linux virtual machine, and then test the remote administration on the Windows 14 machine using the telnet command as well as the putty command on Windows. We will also install the telnet server daemon on the Fedora virtual machine and then perform remote administration using telnet sessions. First, however, let us go into the TTY1 terminal, which is where we are, and look at the installation of the extended Internet Super Daemon and the telnet daemon. We will do apt get install zinetd and telnetd. Then we are going to edit the file. Let me just go to cd etc cd ls, and I don't see a xinetd. Okay, I'm going to just try again. Go to nano telnet and then add the below code. All right, just going to check again. So service telnet, disable is equal to no, flags is equal to reuse, socket type is equal to stream, weight is equal to no, user is equal to root, server is equal to USR spin, in.telnetd, logon failure is equal to user ID. Once I save this, I will restart the daemon and then check if the telnet is working. And it appears it is prompting me to log in. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, let's do one small thing. Just gonna do nano telnet. So service telnet. Oh, all right, and you can see that we are now connected using the telnet terminal. In fact, we can go to who, and you can see that on one terminal I was originally connected using TTY1 terminal. But here you can see on the second terminal, I have been able to connect as user 1. Now, just like I have done this, I can also go ahead and I can make some changes. I can in fact first download some details if I wanted to, and I can use another tool which is known as PuTTY. So to download PuTTY, we are just going to go to the latest PuTTY release. There you can see there is a Windows installer. You can go to the installer, click on next, and install PuTTY. Say yes to the user access control. And there you can see that PuTTY is now fully installed. Now I'm going to go back to my machine and type the details to get the IP address. Then I'm going to go to PuTTY, put the IP address. and select the telnet protocol and then try to open a connection. It is asking me for the login. All right. And if I do who, you can see now 3 terminals are installed and it is giving the install details that the third set of connections. So you can see over here, right? Both the connections we can compare side by side. Over here, here instead of 2, there are 3 connections. Well, this IP is available to us for downloading the information that we need. In fact, just like I have done this, we can go into our Fedora machine and there I can do telnet and then try to log in as another user. All right. In fact, I can also install a separate server. So I can do DNF telnet server to install the telnet daemon. But to be able for this to properly function, I would require to go ahead and have a proper firewall rule pass. So let me pass firewall cmd add services. Oh, I'm so sorry. Add services. What is happening? Add service telnet, and it will go ahead and it will add this. If I want to add it permanently, I can go ahead and I can add it permanently. Okay, so let us stop here for the setup of the telnet program.